Hey guys, this is Allie with Tip B, and today we are going to look at Osfoora for iPhone, which is a Twitter client. Let's tap into this. Alright, so here's my main timeline. As you can see, it looks very similar to Twitter for iPhone. Here's a good example. It does have gap detection, just like Twitter for iPhone does. You click that gap, and it'll load everything that you may have missed since the last time you refreshed, if you want to. A lot of times I don't, but there it goes. It loaded everything in between there. And tap up here, go all the way to the top, and let's look at replies here. And next to some of these you see little bubbles, and that means that there's a conversation that is being tracked with that. The way you can view those is, say I want to see what Eric said, and let's say I want to see what's in response to that. And just like Tweetings and some other apps, this will populate the conversation. This one didn't seem to catch all of it, but normally it does, and it might be because I replied to a different tweet. But it does a pretty good job of populating all of the conversation. Sometimes it takes a bit, but it seems like it does a more thorough job, because one thing I noticed with Twitter for iPhone and Tweetings is sometimes it would miss a lot. Tweetings has the combined timelines, which kind of solves that problem, but I kind of like just the conversation style to where you don't have every single tweet that someone put. Besides that, you have got, let's go down to search here, and you've got your DMs, which are grouped by people. You can search just general keywords, you can search nearby, trends, look up users. Nearby is pretty cool. There's one thing that they did that I thought was pretty cool, is not only do you have a map that will populate everyone around you, you also have a list. So I can go to this list view, but let's see if we can get this to refresh real quick. Oh, there we go. I'll pan out a bit. And it might not show anything for me because I live in a town that is apparently not very tech savvy, and a lot of people don't have Twitter. I might get a couple on here though. Oh, there's one. So I can either tap that bubble and it'll show me who it is, or I can go to list and it shows me a list of the people around me that are tweeting. This is kind of nice. Sometimes you can find a lot of people on Twitter. I know some people in our area do NWI, Northwest Indiana, tweet ups, so it's kind of nice to kind of see, who's on Twitter. I found some friends that I hadn't talked to since high school that way, just browsing that. Here is the main home screen of Osfoora. You've got your settings, public timeline. I've never used that feature. I don't know. It's updated like every millisecond, and I don't know. I just never saw a need for it. I thought that's kind of why you followed people. But you've got list support here. So you've got my lists I follow, and then lists that follow me. Fast lists down here gives you a list of all of the ones that I have on my Twitter. Let's see what else. Let's look in settings. You can change basic options under general. Theme, you have light and dark. So let's do the dark theme. And you notice it changed the status bar. And let's go back into the timeline. And now we've got a nice dark theme on here. I like both, actually. I find myself switching back and forth between these two. The dark is kind of just black, and I think it shows different shades of, like the other one does. I think the light theme shows blue and green for @replies, and then your tweets. Same thing for this one, just a darker shade. Now let's go back into settings for a second. Okay, so you've got your theme, your font size, which I like. You can make it smaller if you want, which I typically do, because, I don't know, I just like to see more on one screen. Or you can make it really big. You can pick username like normal home colors, so you can change those. Say I want them to be green. Now when I go back to home, it's green, and I know my camera's probably not the best, so you probably can't even tell, but it did turn green. Back into settings. Services. Image, you can pick between YFrog, TwitPic, Posterous, Image.ly, and Tweet Photo. Same thing for video, pick between a couple. URL shortener, same thing. Read later, I believe Instapaper, and read it later. Read later menus, you can turn those on and off. Follow Friday, that was a nice feature. You can pick your prefix, what you want it to say, and then you can suggest contacts from who you follow at random, and you can pick how many you want it to do. It says select the number of random contacts you would like to suggest when clicking the #FF button in contacts view. So what you would do is go into, I believe, your timeline, and then click a new tweet, contacts, and then click that. Oh, I don't think I got that. Don't save. Let's try that one more time, make sure I get the button. Go to your contacts, and then there's a #FF button in the right-hand upper corner. Click that, and it picks however many random contacts you wanted, which is kind of nice. And that's another thing, I just had a Twitter push notification, and that's my only gripe with some of these is they don't have built-in push. I use Boxcar, which for the most part is fine. It does have server issues, so it would be nice to have the option, so if one has server issues and one doesn't, you can switch back and forth. That's the only thing I really favored over tweetings, but overall I think that Osfoora is probably the quickest client I've used. Other than that, I think that's about it, guys. It's very similar to what you should see and expect in a very decent Twitter client. If you guys have used it or already picked it up, let us know what you think of it in the comments or in the forums. And until next time, thanks, guys.